Hi, my name is Amanda Rocha. I'm an estate planning attorney in California, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about ancillary documents. What are ancillary documents? If you're watching this video, you've most likely heard the term and searched for it, or you found this video through watching other videos that either I've posted or other people. I have gotten into this a little bit in a few of my past videos, and I'm sure I'll talk about them again in the future, but I wanted to dedicate a specific video just for what are ancillary documents. I'm an estate planning attorney, as I mentioned earlier, and I fill out wills and trusts for people and complete their estate plan. And as part of the plan, you have more than just a will or a trust, you have ancillary documents, hence the name of the video. I use a few common ancillary documents, and there are many that you can choose from. Some are very specific, some are general, and other attorneys use a different variety of them. Every state has different specificities as well. The most common four that I use are a HIPAA release, a healthcare power of attorney, an advanced healthcare directive, and a declaration of guardian. First, a HIPAA release is what would be filled out if you are an adult over the age of 18 and unmarried. If you're married, you can also fill one out for different reasons, and we'll get into that in a minute. But let's just say you are an adult, unmarried. If something were to happen and you were in the hospital, unconscious or otherwise unable to communicate, the doctor would want to talk to someone about what's going on, or you may want someone to know what's going on. If you don't fill out a HIPAA release, your medical professionals cannot speak to anyone about your healthcare because of privacy rules. And we want privacy rules, so this is important to have. However, it's unfortunate if you haven't filled out a HIPAA release. If you go to the doctor's office or the hospital for a procedure, they usually present you with one. But there are times in which, let's say you get into a car accident and you're unconscious, you can't really fill out a form. And let's say your fiance or brother or best friend wants to talk to the doctor and see what happened and what your status is, they wouldn't be able to if you didn't fill this out. A HIPAA release can be filled out for other reasons. Let's say you have a lawsuit because you got into a car accident and you have a lawyer. They would fill out, they would give you a HIPAA release to sign and fill out so that they can review your healthcare information as well. I recommend not having more than one. Some facilities will request that you fill out their specific form. They can't really do that. You can have one single form as long as it checks all of the legal boxes. I would also recommend filing the form with your insurance company and keeping one with your primary care physician. In case something did happen, you don't carry it on your person, so this way somebody would have a copy of it. You let the people know who you have signed on there or who you've assigned on there, where it's been filed, so that if they need to get a copy of it, they can call your doctor's office and say, so-and-so is in the hospital. I know they've filed a HIPAA release with you in the past. Can you please forward it to the hospital so that I can speak with the doctor? You can have as many people on a HIPAA release as you like. Less is better, but having a single person isn't necessarily always the right thing, especially if you're traveling and potentially traveling across states. It would be nice to have the person you're traveling with and somebody back home able to talk with someone on your behalf. There is no decision-making ability with the HIPAA release, however. That is why we have medical powers of attorney. This is something that less people fill out than a HIPAA release, but is equally important. I would say maybe more important, because if you are the healthcare power of attorney, you necessarily have the ability to talk to a doctor, so it would include the powers of a HIPAA release. However, the healthcare power of attorney is able to make decisions on your behalf if you are unable to. In California, we have what's known as an advanced healthcare directive, which includes the medical power of attorney as well as a living will. A living will is not the same kind of will that you would use to fill out in case of your death. A living will is more about what would you like to happen to your body, yourself, when you aren't able to advocate for yourself. For example, do you want life-saving technology? Do you want to be intubated? Do you want to be put on life support? If you do pass away, do you want your organs donated? That kind of thing. Those are all included in the Advanced Healthcare Directive. You can be as specific as you want or as vague as you want. I would highly recommend only having 1 or 2 people listed, more likely 1 person. It cuts down on the ability for people to argue about what's going on. As an example, you could have, let's say, your entire immediate family listed on a HIPAA release so that all of them can speak with healthcare professionals about what's going on with you, and have 1 family member or other person listed as your power of attorney to make a decision. The last ancillary document that I commonly use is a declaration of guardian in advance, which means that if something were to happen to you, you would be able to choose who your children would be taken care of by if you were to pass away. This gets complicated if you have a mixed family where you're separated or not with the mother or father of your children. In that case, they will most likely go to the other parent unless there's some sort of custody issues. However, it's recommended for all parents to have this filled out, whether or not you have custody issues, because God forbid something were to happen, the court would decide where your children would go, and that's not necessarily where you would like them to go. And in the meantime, they may have to go into foster care, and while there are some amazing people out there, you would probably rather have them go to where you would like them to go. If you have any questions about ancillary documents, let me know. If there are specific documents that you have questions about, please contact me. You can reach me through my website, www.amandarocalaw.com, and you can read more about this through my blog. I've linked it below about ancillary documents. Thank you, and I hope you have a nice day.